It sounds like a Shaggy Dog story. You know, I can't decipher what the mayor is getting at. We worked out a fair and objective system and process for teacher evaluation that he lauded. He also said, I got to have it right now, even though the process is midstream and we're still working to get a complete system in place, one that he has said should be supported. So his comments are completely contradictory. Furthermore, earlier he expressed distress that the state was cutting aid to education for New York City. He felt that it was reneging on the commitment on the Campaign for Fiscal Equity to provide fair funding. And this appears to be just a huge distraction and throwing sand in the air. And the fact of the matter is that our United Federation of Teachers have worked out new agreements just last year to expedite teacher disciplinary procedures, and he lauded those. So this, this just seems like a temper tantrum to us, and taking the focus off fighting to get fair funding and stave off devastating cuts in programs to kids.
However, could you see some way that in exchange for the governor's bill that the NYSUT and UFT would stand down on their opposition to the largest, if I'm not mistaken, education cut coming on the heels of the other historic largest education cut?
That would be unethical. We have to, we're not trading due process and fairness and 100 years of labor law protection in selling out our schools. We need adequate funding to provide the education to meet the highly qualified standards that have been set by the state. The president, governor, legislature has challenged us to close the achievement gap, which Education Week said we were #1 in the country in making progress. We can't do this without resources, and we're not going to cut our throats on giving teachers the tools they need to teach to high standards and children to learn to high standards.
But doesn't New York already spend the highest per pupil in the nation on
It's
students?
among the highest, but it's also the highest cost state. Lawyers, doctors, other professionals have average high salaries in the New York metro area. And having represented the city in the past, I remember the dark days, and they went on for a long time, when you could not get qualified, certified teachers, even in elementary school, Common Branch area. You couldn't get it in science, math. That went on into the early 2000s. So when you fail to meet the market rate for highly trained professionals, the kids pay the price in not getting the qualified teachers they need. And that was particularly true in New York City, where Commissioner Mills sued the New York City schools for failing to recruit and retain qualified teachers.